Yo, what's up, guys? Hey, man, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to your boy's channel. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what to do, man. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to your boy. Nah, I'm just kidding. If y'all want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? It'll make me feel good if y'all want to subscribe, because it helps me out. And I thank you. And I honestly do this, man, because I love helping you guys. I love helping people make good decisions. I love, helping people understand that they're good enough, that they deserve it, that they're smart enough, and that there's paths to get to where you want to be, man. Whether it's radiology, whether it's nursing, whether it's PTA, whether it's to become a teacher, whatever you want to do, man. You deserve it, and you're smart enough, and you can accomplish it. And that's why I really make my videos, because of that, because I love helping people, so welcome. So in this video, I want to talk about, is the X-ray field, imaging field, saturated? And the reason I had to bring this up, I'm gonna give you three reasons why it's not, right? The reason I had to bring this up is because of the fact that I dropped video on my TikTok, which is this one. Screenshot it, take a picture, follow me on there if y'all want, that'd be nice. And it's almost at 1 million views. And I got that idea from my wife, because she's like, babe, I'm like, what's up, girl? He's like, hey, look at this girl. She did this video, and this is all she did, and she got 3.5 million views. She's like, you should do that. I was like, babe, man, look at me, man. Nobody want to look at me like that. She pretty. I ain't pretty. You know what I'm saying? I was like, but you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. So I did. I did the video, and it's almost at 1 million views, right? But, and, I woke up one day, because I did it, and I woke up one day, and I was like, before I went to sleep, I had like a couple of comments. I'm like, you know what? In the morning, I'll wake up and I'll, acknowledge them, be like, hey, this and that. But when I woke up the next morning, it was at like 300,000, and all these comments were on there, and I was like, I cannot reply to all these people. So but I was reading through them, and one of the biggest ones was like, oh, don't go to X-ray because it's saturated. They just don't know, because they're not in the field. They're just from the outside looking in, right? So the first reason why it's not saturated is because of this. They're popping up too many urgent cares, too many freestanding ERs. Like, where do people, how can I explain it? Where are hospitals and urgent cares expecting to find all these techs? There's not enough of us right now. Everywhere you go, they need techs. So with that being said, it's the opposite. You need to go to X-ray school, because there's so many jobs out there that are needed. Because they got to fill up the urgent cares, they got to fill up the freestanding ERs that eventually are going to become hospitals. They got to, there's doctors that become doctors all the time. They open up their offices. They're like, you know what, I'm going to get an X-ray machine. A doctor can't run an X-ray machine. It has to be a technologist, so they have to hire an X-ray technologist to run that machine. So definitely it's not saturated, because there's so many imaging centers popping up on a daily basis, all the time. All right. So the second reason why it's not saturated is because of this. We as techs, we found our value, right? And back in the day, we were like, whenever, and not that we don't respect our bosses or whatever. Back in the day, you can do everything. Even now, you can do everything at the hospital, be on time, pick up overtime shifts, stay late because somebody has to go home early, do things that your director tells you to do or your lead tells you to do, because you're a good employee and you want to keep the department running, and it's good for patient care. You want your patients to be healthy, you want your department to be healthy, so you do your part to make everything run smoothly. But as soon as you're late one day, hey man, be careful, because you were late today. But you're like, man, I'm tired, man. I know it's my fault, but hey, man, I picked up last night. I stayed late because so and so needed extra help, and so it's in a policy. You gotta be on time. So it's like, man, you give these companies years of your life for working. Yeah, you're getting compensated, but for them to automatically, for one day you're late, they're gonna try to write you up or give you corrective action. You're like, whoa, what happened to the teamwork? What happened to having each other's back? That's what happens, man. Like, people are moving around now because they know that they know their value, and they know that sometimes the companies aren't the best. They don't make the best decisions. So when you become an X-ray tech, and eventually if you want to travel, you know your worth. So 2 or 3 techs leave from this hospital to go here. Now they're short staffed, so we need more techs over here. You know what I'm saying? So people techs are realizing what they're worth, so they know that they can go and find another job everywhere because places are popping up that don't have techs. So you know your worth. And another reason is this. Yeah, travel changed the game, man. When COVID happened, and this is why travel, in my opinion, got so popular, right? When COVID happened, and a lot of people that want to get the vaccination, which I understand, to each everybody, to each their own. I did too. I got my 2 shots, but I didn't get no boosters, nothing like that. But I got my two, right? The thing about that is that some people didn't want it, which I 110% agree with their choices, right? Whatever they want to do is their body, and I feel like if it's our body, we should have our control. But these people, nurses, techs, they were there during the pandemic. By the grace of God, they made it. They didn't get sick, and if they got sick, it wasn't bad to the point that they passed away. May everybody that had COVID and passed away from that, may they rest in peace. But COVID changed the game, and it changed the game for the best. And because of the fact that now, because what happens is that, oh, you're not gonna get a vaccine, okay, boom, we're gonna fire you, and you're like, wait, I was here during the COVID. I was here when all these things were happening. I was here wearing all the gowns, the PPEs, barely being able to breathe myself with all these masks I had on. But yeah, you telling me I got to get fired because I'm not gonna take a shot? Like that doesn't it wasn't fair. So what techs and nurses, they were like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna go where I'm needed. And that's why now traveling is so big, because now they know the amount of money they can make, and now they know that they're in control of their life. Now they can be like, you know what? I'm gonna go be here for 3 months. Oh, I'm gonna go explore this for 3 months. I'm gonna go do this for 3 months. Back then we were scared to move because, like, if we leave, are we gonna get hired? Are we gonna go anywhere? Where are we gonna go? Now we're like, man, boom, 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 boom. And that's the thing, man. Like, the freedom that traveling brings to you, it's a game changer. So that's why the field is not saturated. We don't have enough techs. That's why traveling is so big. If you go to any traveling site, any state, there's always between 40 to 50 jobs getting ready to get that need techs. And that's the traveling site. That's not the hospitals. That's just the traveling site itself. The traveling site has like between 60 and 50 jobs that need travelers. But then when you go to the actual hospital website, they have another 40 X-ray jobs that need to be filled. Because they can't afford to have travel techs all the time too. Travel techs are expensive. We're expensive. So what they're trying to do is that they're working their techs to the limit. Yeah, they're getting paid overtime, but they're going to get burnt out too. So guess what happens? Hey, boss, I'm tired, man. I worked 7 days a week for the past 2 or 3 months. I got a little change in the bank. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no more overtime, and I don't want to pick nothing else up. And now they're like, man, these hospitals, they got to run 24/7. So guess what? We step in. You know what I'm saying? That's travel techs, and we cover the slack. So no, X-ray is not oversaturated. It's not saturated at all. This is a perfect time to get into any medical career if that's what you choose to do. As always, guys, y'all know I just keep it 100 here. Y'all know that I'm here to give you the best information. I don't sugarcoat nothing, because I really want you to make a good decision. I really want you to go to school and pick something that you're going to like. Yes, every career that you go to has their burnout season. They have after 10 years, you're going to get burnt out. After 10 years, you're going to do this. You're going to want to, move on. And that's the cool thing about X-ray, though, is that, you know what? I've been an X-ray tech for 5 years. I want to learn something new. Boom, go to CT. And once you get into CT, hey, they're working in CT now. You're going to go to CT, be like, man, I've been doing this for 3 years. I'm a little burnt out, man. Hey, I'm going to go do MRI. Bet. I'm going to go do MRI. Oh, man, these patients be lying. They have all these pacemakers on. And once I put them on an MRI machine, like the thing beeps and like, oh, you can kill somebody. Like, hold on. Wait. Let me reevaluate. I'm going to go back to X-ray. I'm going to reevaluate my situation.